In a country where firearm ownership is as common as pickup trucks and weekend range time, certain calibers have risen to the top, not through trends, but through sheer practicality. Year after year, the same cartridges continue to move by the millions, showing up in concealed carry rigs, patrol belts, hunting blinds, and training classes across the country. This list focuses on the calibers consistently chosen for practical use across defensive carry, accurate distance shooting, and dependable hunting performance. These rounds remain in demand not because of popularity contests, but because they meet real needs under real conditions. The ammunition market tells a story few headlines cover, consistent patterns shaped by real-world needs and long-standing performance. Today, we're cutting through the noise and looking at the top-selling bullets in America. This list reflects what gun owners actually carry, shoot, and stockpile, not what they argue about online. Each caliber on this list earned its place with a combination of reliability, availability, and proven effectiveness. Some cartridges were born to be underestimated, and 380 ACP wears that underdog badge with pride. It never needed validation from full-size pistols or tactical purists. Its job has always been simple: fit in a tiny package, stay controllable, and punch holes when things go south at bad breath distance. And guess what? It does just that. The 380 has stuck around longer than some newer calibers with louder marketing. That's because it fits a very real niche: deep concealment. Not everyone wants to carry a duty-sized gun with 15 rounds. Some people prefer light, slim, pocketable, something they can toss in an ankle rig or waistband holster and forget until it matters. Despite the internet's long-standing jokes, 380 ammo keeps selling by the truckload. The market is flooded with compact carry pistols built around this caliber, and gun owners are clearly buying both the guns and the ammo. It's not built for long-range shootouts or barrier penetration. But for civilian EDC at handshake distance, 380 delivers just enough, and people are voting with their wallets. The recoil stays manageable, even in micro-sized handguns, which makes follow-up shots faster under stress. Ammo availability is consistent, and most major manufacturers offer self-defense loads with reliable expansion. Modern hollow point engineering has given 380 a bit more bite, making it a go-to option for folks who want concealability without wrist-breaking recoil. Nobody's building battle rifles in 380, but for daily carry in close quarters, this little cartridge doesn't apologize. It just works. It's a full-power round that came roaring out of the gate with high expectations, hit some bumps, took a few years in the ditch, and now it's back on the track, redlining harder than ever. It was born for a government contract and briefly wore the badge of official FBI caliber, but that didn't last. The recoil, the firearm size, the training demands. It was all a bit too much for the masses back then. So the agencies backed off, and the .40 Smith Wesson took the spotlight. While most folks figured that was the end of 10mm, it just sat back and waited. Now, after decades in the shadows, the 10mm auto is thriving. Modern shooters, especially hunters and backcountry types, have given it a second life. It's a powerhouse round that pushes well beyond standard pistol performance, bridging the gap between handgun and light rifle territory. Bears, hogs, coyotes, none of them appreciate getting introduced to 10mm. Firearms chambered in 10mm have also improved. They're stronger, more refined, and designed to handle full-throttle loads without beating themselves apart. Ammo options have expanded too, from hard-cast bare loads to premium self-defense hollow points. There's something in 10mm for every mission. Price per round might make casual plinkers flinch, but serious shooters looking for firepower and versatility know what they're getting. This caliber brings heat, and the market's hungry for it again. Precision shooters didn't ask for a miracle, but the 6.5 Creedmoor gave them one anyway. It showed up quietly, started winning long-range matches, and slowly rewrote the playbook for bolt gun builds and tactical rifles. The 6.5 Creedmoor has moved far beyond trend status. It holds its place among the best-selling rifle rounds, with inventory flying out of stores as soon as it hits the shelf. Unlike traditional powerhouse cartridges, the 6.5 Creedmoor carved out its own lane with smooth ballistics and precision-focused performance. Flat trajectory, low wind drift, soft recoil, all wrapped in a package that fits into short-action rifles. That combo made it a match, darling. But it also earned respect in hunting circles. Deer, antelope, Even elk hunters across the country are punching tags with Creedmoor rifles. Part of the reason it's selling so well is the rifle market itself. Manufacturers everywhere are chambering new models in 6.5, and shooters are responding. From budget bolt guns to premium chassis builds, there's something for everyone in this caliber. Ammo manufacturers followed suit, flooding the market with match loads, hunting rounds, and even budget plinking options. The long-range community embraced it quickly, and hunters followed. That crossover appeal keeps it climbing sales charts year after year. The consistent demand shows how invested shooters are in this caliber, from everyday range work to long-term storage and serious field use. The 6.5 Creedmoor earned its place in the lineup not by being loud, but by outperforming quietly and consistently. That kind of performance gets noticed, and it gets purchased, again and again. The 40 Smith & Wesson was never built to win popularity contests. It was engineered to fill a gap, a duty-caliber answer that packed heavier punch than a 9mm while maintaining manageable recoil in a standard frame pistol. For years, it served in thousands of law enforcement sidearms across the country, earning its reputation not from flash, but from sheer service. In recent years, it's taken heat from keyboard commandos and slide-lock statisticians, with many proclaiming its downfall. Yet sales data tells a different story. Ammo manufacturers continue to push full production, and major gun brands still release models chambered in 40. While its role in law enforcement has shifted, the 40 Smith & Wesson continues to maintain strong presence in civilian markets. Defensive training circles and private ranges still see frequent use of this caliber due to its established energy and reliable ballistics. The ballistic performance of 40 Smith & Wesson has kept it relevant. Modern hollow-point loads deliver reliable expansion and penetration, with energy numbers that satisfy demanding shooters. For those who carry in high-risk environments or want a little extra punch without jumping to 10mm, the 40 remains a rational choice. On the shelf, 40 Smith & Wesson remains widely available and affordable, especially during peak demand years when more common calibers run dry. This availability factor alone keeps it high on the sales charts. While the buzz may shift, the presence of this cartridge remains steady and deeply rooted in the American defensive mindset. The 12-gauge has long earned its reputation through decades of trusted use in both defense and hunting. Its report has echoed through homes and fields alike, making it one of the most recognized and relied upon shotgun shells in circulation. The versatility of this shell type is unmatched, and that's reflected in the sheer volume of units sold each year. The range of available loads, from dense lead for close-range stopping to precision-designed hunting shells, gives the 12-gauge its adaptability across multiple shooting roles. A single 12-gauge shotgun can switch from tactical defense to turkey hunting with nothing more than a change in load. That flexibility keeps owners coming back for more. Home defense remains one of the biggest drivers behind 12-gauge sales, with 0.0 buckshot being the shell of choice for many who want immediate and decisive results at close range. The pump-action platform has long been associated with this cartridge, and it continues to define its role. Simplicity, durability, and intimidation factor all contribute to its popularity. Shells remain widely available, and cost per shot stays reasonable even as other calibers fluctuate. For preppers, ranchers, and homeowners alike, 12-gauge is viewed as a reliable cornerstone of any defensive loadout. Manufacturers continue to innovate in this category as well, producing reduced recoil shells, specialized breaching loads, and advanced slug designs that extend effective range. That evolution keeps the platform relevant without sacrificing what made it great in the first place. Sales remain strong across sporting goods stores and gun shops nationwide, not because of hype, but because of consistent, proven performance in real-world scenarios. There's something permanent about the 45 ACP. It was built during a time when reliability meant survival and stopping power had to be felt, not theorized. Over a century later, it still holds a solid position on the ammo sales board. Its continued success comes from consistent performance and a design that still delivers effective terminal results across platforms. The 45 ACP delivers heavyweight performance in a slow, deliberate package. That energy transfer remains the core reason shooters trust it in defensive carry and full-size pistol platforms. Hollow point development has only improved its effectiveness, giving it modern-day street credibility without sacrificing its old-school soul. Ammunition options remain broad. Standard pressure, plus P, ball ammo for practice, advanced defensive loads. Everything is on the market and available in bulk. Though recoil is more pronounced than smaller calibers, it stays manageable in the right firearm, and many seasoned shooters actually prefer its rhythm and control during drills. From single-stack classics to modern polymer-framed pistols, the 45 continues to get chambered in newly released firearms. It's not riding on nostalgia alone. Gun owners who choose 45 ACP often do so with purpose, appreciating its proven history and performance on target. Even with new calibers constantly introduced, 45 maintains its ground through reliability and terminal authority. In the modern ammo market, that legacy continues to turn into sales. Over time, its role in personal defense and duty applications has remained steady thanks to proven results and dependable energy transfer. The 308 Winchester sits right at the intersection of tradition and tactical utility. It delivers power at distance without demanding a specialized rifle or optics system, making it a staple for everyone from big game hunters to designated marksman rifle (DMR) builders. The continued success of 308 Winchester is driven by measurable performance that supports a wide range of operational demands across both tactical and hunting applications. One of the key reasons for its enduring sales is versatility. Hunters favor it for deer, elk, and hogs because of its proven takedown capability and wide range of bullet weights. Marksmen rely on it for reliable ballistic performance out to 800 yards and beyond. Law enforcement and military applications built around 7.62 NATO compatibility have also kept this cartridge in rotation and on procurement lists. The ammo market reflects that demand. Every major manufacturer produces multiple 308 loads, from soft points to match-grade BTHPs. That means shooters can find a round tailored to their use case without switching platforms or learning new dope. Add to that the widespread availability of semi-auto and bolt-action rifles chambered in 308, and it's no surprise the cartridge remains on every shelf and catalog page worth browsing. High-volume shooters often keep this caliber stocked because it balances energy, recoil, and cost in a way that supports frequent training without sacrificing effectiveness in real-world application. That balance alone keeps 308 near the top of national ammo sales. Rimfire might not carry the glamour of centerfire battle rounds, but when it comes to raw volume, 22 long rifle leaves everything else in the dust. This is the cartridge that built range habits, taught safety fundamentals, and filled garages with bricks of ammo that seem to multiply like rabbits. The sheer number of rounds fired every year from 22 LR firearms is unmatched. One of the primary drivers behind its bestseller status is affordability. Even during tight markets, 22 LR remains accessible in bulk. For recreational shooters, this means more trigger time with less financial burn. For trainers and families, it means low recoil introductions that create confidence early and allow progression into centerfire later. The platform diversity also pushes demand. Bolt guns, lever actions, semi-autos, revolvers. Everything feeds 22 LR, and nearly every shooter owns at least one firearm that runs it. This universal compatibility adds to the cartridge's staying power. No matter what shooting discipline a person gravitates toward, they're almost always using 22 LR at some point along the way. Ammo makers continue to evolve the rimfire game, offering higher velocity loads, suppressor-optimized subsonic rounds, and match-grade SKUs for competitive use. That variety supports different shooting goals while keeping prices in check. While it may not show up in tactical debates or barrier penetration charts, 22 LR consistently outsells flashier calibers because of how well it serves practical needs across a broad audience. Its market position remains solid because the utility never fades. The rise of the modern sporting rifle was built around the 5.56 NATO and its civilian twin, 2.23 Remington. This cartridge forms the foundation of the AR platform, and that platform now dominates rifle ownership in the United States. As more shooters assemble or buy ARs, the demand for this ammunition continues to surge. The 5.56 and 2.23 cartridge combination delivers velocity, flat trajectory, and modular adaptability. Shooters can swap uppers, tweak twist rates, and match barrel lengths to fit any application from plinking to home defense to competition. This customization potential turns into real ammo sales, because users build platforms around this caliber with purpose and intention. Its battlefield roots add to the appeal. The military pedigree translates into confidence for civilian users who want a proven cartridge with years of development and logistical support behind it. The surplus market, once flush with crates of brass, helped buid a culture around high-volume training and mag dumps that still drives behavior today. Beyond tactical use, the round continues to earn credibility among varmint hunters and precision trainers. Lightweight recoil and cost-effective ammo prices support longer range sessions and faster skills development, encouraging higher consumption and larger stockpiles. Manufacturers keep up by delivering FMJ for bulk use, polymer-tipped hunting loads, barrier-blind bonded rounds, and even steel case options for cost-focused shooters. That production scale feeds a massive customer base, making 5.56 and 2.23 one of the highest-selling centerfire rifle rounds in the world. Every year, the numbers speak louder than opinion. When it comes to volume, compatibility, and raw field use, the 9mm Luger continues to lead the pack. This cartridge is found in holsters, glove boxes, duty belts, training bays, and bulk crates coast to coast. Its position in the market has remained stable due to consistent use across decades, backed by broad adoption and constant demand in both professional and civilian circles. Shooters across every sector rely on this round for one core reason: performance that holds up under pressure. Recoil stays manageable, even in subcompact pistols. Magazine capacity remains unmatched in its class. Terminal ballistics have been refined through decades of testing, with manufacturers delivering bonded, expanding loads that punch through heavy clothing and still maintain controlled expansion. That makes it viable across a wide range of defense conditions, not just lab charts. The civilian market embraces 9mm for daily carry training and home defense. Law enforcement agencies continue to field it in primary sidearms. Competition shooters run it hard in matches because of its speed and recoil profile. This kind of widespread adoption forces continuous innovation in load development, feeding a product cycle that never stops improving. Supply chains remain strong thanks to consistent demand. Bulk packs, specialty boxes, reloadable brass, it's all available year-round from nearly every major brand. That kind of production infrastructure ensures accessibility even during peak buying cycles. The crown stays right where it belongs, not because of clever marketing, but because this round meets the needs of modern shooters without compromise. Every era has its go-to calibers, but this list wasn't built on guesswork or forum fantasies. It was carved from shipping logs, range time, and purchase patterns that don't lie. What moves off the shelves the fastest usually reflects what's getting run the hardest. These rounds earned that momentum with years of real-world service, not just as spec sheets. What ties all 10 together isn't just volume, it's trust. People rely on them to protect families, feed households, train up the next generation, and hold the line when things get loud. Some are lightweight, some hit like a sledgehammer, but every one of them fills a role that keeps it alive in American arsenals. That kind of staying power doesn't come from novelty. It comes from consistency. Through ammo shortages, caliber debates, and shifts in firearms tech, these are the rounds folks circle back to when the dust settles and it's time to load up again. Throw your thoughts in the mix. Whether you run steel case 223 by the pallet or keep your 45 brass polished like trophies, every caliber tells a story. And if you've made it this far, you're probably the kind of guy who's got a few stories of your own.